Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Gardner Sports Fantasy Basketball Podcast. I'm your host, Jake Gardner, alongside my brother, Zach.
What's up, everybody?
No guest host today. We're kind of on a different timeline this New Year's, but Happy New Year, and we're just going to jump into it. We give our weekly 3x3 pickups, top grabs for the week, and then we go over surprise of the week, major key fantasy injuries, and then streamer and deep league moves. So let's jump into it, Zach.
That's pretty cool, I guess.
Yeah, let's jump in for sure. About to drop some knowledge on you kids.
Oh my god. All right, so my top grab is Jalen Williams. All right, Zach's got no sound. He's not.
Trying to find out where I put it. I gotta label these things.
Damn, boy, he's thick!
Oh my god.
There we go. Sorry, day late, dollar short, as usual.
Yeah, Jalen Williams, 5.2% rostered, and Oklahoma City is starting him at power forward. Their main two big men, I mean, they don't really have a true center. Their main two big men were Slenderman Poku and Jeremiah Robinson Earl, and they're both out for the foreseeable future. So they're starting, a heavy small ball lineup. Jalen Williams is naturally a shooting guard. He's starting at power forward in the last 7 days, averaging 30 fantasy points, 15.7 points, 5.7 rebounds, 1.7 assists, 1.3 steals, and 1 block. So he gets you numbers across the board. He's a two-way player. This is his chance to break out because he was one of their top pickups this year, and top draft prospect. He's got a high ceiling. This could be where he breaks out. So I think he's a must-grab player. He could earn himself some minutes for the rest of the season. He's already proven it. So
nice. And it looks like good numbers over the last 7 days. So yeah, it looks like a pretty good pickup there.
Yeah, and the team's just doesn't have much depth anyway. So he has a lot of room to shine here.
And what team is that again? Just
Oklahoma City.
Okay.
Thunder.
Yeah, the Thunder.
They just have the only thing in his way is there's so many guards, but if they're starting him a power forward, then it is what it is.
Right. I mean, yeah, take advantage of it.
Sure.
And then I got first off the board here Onyeka Okongwu, backup center on Atlanta, but right now the starting center. We'll get into that here, but he's 16.4% rostered. So with Clint Capella's injury, this guy is the starting center now on a pretty hot team lately. And when he does get the starting minutes, he puts up double-doubles and pretty decently high fantasy numbers. The problem was he wasn't always starting, it was few and far between. But now with Capella out for the foreseeable future, he's definitely must add, and depending on how bad that injury ends up being, could potentially be a long-term hold here. So over his last 7 games, he's had 33.7 minutes, 13.7 points, 9.7 rebounds, no assists. I think he's at like 0.3 assists or something. 1 steal and 2 blocks. So he's putting up pretty good all-around numbers, almost averaging a double-double there when he's over the last 7 since he's been starting. So definitely a center you want to go pick up right now. He's only still very low owned right now for a starting guy who's been starting multiple games over this last week. So
yeah, man, I think everybody knew he was good. We talked about him a couple weeks ago, and Capella came back for 1 game and then went back down, and maybe people didn't realize, but yeah, he's a must roster player. He's getting last 2 games 43 minutes, 37 minutes.
Yep.
So got to grab him. We'll keep talking about him until he's higher percent owned. My second guy, another guy who, I don't know if there's just a bunch of dead leagues in ESPN, but Mason Plumlee is having the best year of his career. He's averaging 12.7 points, 9.6 rebounds, 3.7 assists, and he's only 41% rostered. Starting center, he's a double-double threat every night that he plays, and points league, he's right at 30 fantasy points a night. So just wanted to bring him back up. We've been talking about him since the beginning of the year, but got to keep bringing these guys back up like him, like Fultz and other key players who are just not rostered
Yep.
high enough. I just don't get it. But
Yeah, he should definitely, the way
he's
he's been
going
doing this
crazy.
whole season, he's been great this whole year pretty much.
Yeah, and he's ESPN ranked number 8 center. You know,
And he's
this is top 10.
41%. Yeah, that's crazy.
It's really weird. Yeah, had to bring him back in though.
Yeah, I
Back
got to
into the
keep
mix.
talking about him. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got Landry Shamet, 3.4% rostered. He is back from his Achilles injury on Monday. Interesting. They got
Yep.
we got weak guard depth, and Devin Booker's going to be out a month. So he's definitely a must-stream player. He may take a few games to get back to full form, though, but definitely a guy you can watch and pick up because he's going to be getting starting minutes here. So
Yeah, okay, so he did not have a good game today.
okay,
I do want to mention that. So it was his first game back, but the game he did take over for Booker originally on the 25th of December, he went off and had 39 minutes, so that's what we're kind of looking for going forward. This was his first game back after missing 3 games from that Achilles, and he seems a little rusty. He had 25 minutes, 6 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, so the numbers just weren't there tonight or today, but you know, coming off an Achilles injury, I think, and lower minutes, he needs those 30-minute a night nights to get good fantasy production. So I'd still want to stream him going forward here. I mean, he's gonna keep improving. He only missed 3 games, so
okay,
but yeah, really good move.
yeah, go take a look.
At least stream him. You know, that's why he's not our top 2, but he's
Right.
up there. My third guy, Victor Oladipo. All of December, he's been getting his legs back under him. Everyone knows he's come off a major injury in the offseason. And I think he finally had his little breakout performance. Could be, I mean, we've all been talking about him as being a potential 6th man there in Miami. 10% rostered. His breakout performance, though, 35 minutes, 23 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 steals, 1 block. So that kind of performance is what made him a breakout, I mean, an all-star in real life, and a breakout fantasy stud is when he gets those defensive stats and scores over 20 points a game. That really kind of makes him elite production, and he could get that going forward. I mean, not every night he's going to get 35 minutes, but if he can get around 30
Yeah,
a
he
night,
could put up. I mean,
he's a former all-star. He's come off some major injuries, but he could do it. They aren't super deep, so
yeah, I really like this one a lot, and he's only 10.2% rostered. I imagine that he's gone in our league though already. I can't, he's probably not there.
he is.
Yeah,
And I know people like Max Strus and they like Duncan Robinson, like the Gabe Vincent, but those guys are more fill-in guys. Like with Oladipo, we're talking about a former all-star here.
right.
At his best, he's definitely better than any of those guys. I mean, Max Strus is just a really good shooter. Duncan Robinson's a shooter. Those are all good role player guys.
Yeah.
Where Victor Oladipo is an X Factor type of player. So I definitely think he's better than them moving forward, and could be like big second half guy in fantasy.
Hell yeah.
I mean, we are on week 12. All of a sudden, it feels like it flew by, but
Yeah.
here we are.
Yeah, here we are.
So go check him out. At least for a stream.
Yep. There you go. I really like this one. I think it is going to be a really good move if you can go make that. And then my last guy here, Alec Burks. He's only 6.7% rostered. He's getting an uptick in minutes lately, but he still comes off the bench. He's their first guy off the bench. Over his last 7, he's getting 27.5 minutes. That's about 5 minutes more than normal for him, and then 19.5 points, 3.8 rebounds, and 3.8 assists and 1 steal. So he's kind of putting up some good numbers lately. Definitely worthy of a roster spot with numbers like that. So while he's hot, I think he could be a decent add on a deep team.
Yeah, and Killian Hayes was suspended for 3 games after he punched the guy in the back of the head, so that's been helping. And there's still 1 more game he's gone, so
okay.
Regardless, I mean, Detroit's just a weak lineup anyway, so Burks is an experienced veteran. he's probably great for them to start at shooting guard going forward. And yeah, I like this move a lot.
Yeah.
Just see how he does when Killian Hayes is back. But
yeah, that would take probably some minutes away, but yeah, definitely worthy of a spot right now with the suspension. So
yes, sir. All right, let's go into surprises of the week.
A surprise, to be sure, but a welcome one.
all right.
Well, I typed this guy first before I put him as an ad, but Mason Plumlee has become a double-double threat every night, and I think he is having the best season of his career, starting center for Charlotte.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it is everybody wrote him off. He was basically the past couple years barely a stream level player, and now he's proving to be just kind of elite production.
Really,
points,
really
points
good.
and rebounds. He doesn't do anything else. That's the problem.
Yeah.
I think even with years before, if he's not getting a double-double, he's doing nothing because not big on steals or blocks or anything. But
yeah, he's not the most athletic guy, but
keeps doing this, then
he's tall.
I don't know if he's not going to break the top 5 centers, but maybe he could even improve from 8. We'll see.
Yeah, that is a surprise for definitely.
Surprised to be sure.
They're surprised to be sure. Yeah, but and then mine, I got another kind of younger guy to talk about here, but Anthony Edwards turning his slow start around. I remember we were at the beginning of the year, Jake. We were talking about Anthony Edwards as a buy low, and if you were able to do that, you definitely bought low and got the high rewards that we thought you would get from doing something like that, from making a trade. Like a month into the season, he was definitely underperforming. I think he needed to get his body in shape or something like that.
Training,
yeah, one of those things. That seems to be the case with a lot of NBA players. It takes them like a good month and a half, 2 months to get into the groove of things. But he's definitely over the last month turning his slow start around and bringing himself into the top shooting guards now. He's been climbing up the ranks and now is a top 15 overall fantasy player, Jake. Pretty crazy. I don't think we...
Yeah, in fantasy points, I'd have to look at categories because maybe his turnovers doesn't put him in that elite spot. But in a league that values all-around play, steals and blocks a little more, and rebounds and assists, he is... Let me just make sure here. He is in the top 10.
Yeah, he is right now the number 2 shooting guard in our league. He's averaging 42 fantasy points a night. Over his last 7 games, he's averaging 39.5 minutes, 29 points, 7.3 rebounds, and 3.8 assists. And then he's getting you the defense too with 2.3 steals and 1 block. So I mean, he's doing that. He might be even better than Prime Oladipo, with stats like that. He's just doing everything.
Well, definitely supposed to be better. Also, this is a top.
He was the number 1 pick, right? Yeah. But this is as good as he's ever been.
Yeah, hopefully he keeps improving. And I don't know. I mean, he's definitely one of the top young American players, right behind Tatum and Ja.
I just think it's a surprise from how bad he started the year to how good he's doing now. I don't know if we would have seen that drastic of
a rise from he was around 34, 35 average fantasy points, and he rose to 41 here. That's a lot. That's
over
differential is a lot
over a 5-week period since we talked about it. Yeah. Yeah, so I just wanted to bring that one up. Maybe not a super crazy surprise because he is kind of a highly touted guy, but definitely from where we started the year to where we are now. I mean, don't know if I would have seen that drastic of a turn. So good job, Anthony Edwards. Keep getting whoever owns you fantasy points. I wish it was me, but it's not, sadly.
Legend. Yeah. No, I do like that one because he started horrible. And he's most likely a second round pick for most people. So, well, let's go into major fantasy injuries.
Where's my? There you go.
Zach.
I gotta label these sounds. It's just pictures. I gotta label
updates here. I just went from big updates from the new year. So Clint Capella, calf, out Monday. So, we've been talking about him. Dennis Smith Jr., ankle, intends to return to action Monday. This is big news because he's been out almost 2 months now, it feels like, but very long time. And maybe you were stashing him, even though all their guards are back. I don't know. We'll see how he performs. Kelly Oubre Jr., hand ruled out Monday, so keep an eye on that one because he missed a game, came back, and then re-injured the hand, so I don't know what that's going to lead to. And then Darius Garland, thumb, doubtful for Monday. Kawhi Leonard, illness, questionable for Monday, so this just popped up like right before the podcast. And then Chris Middleton, knee, will not, already announced today, will not play in both back-to-back games on Tuesday or Wednesday, so yeah, this knee injury of his is really adding up on games. He's going to get to like 10 here. And then I think the biggest news is Jonathan Isaac and Jalen Suggs of the Orlando Magic both fully participated in Monday's practice. So Jonathan Isaac has been out since before COVID. He got injured in that bubble championship and hasn't been back since, so it's kind of crazy that, we know he's still alive. And then Jalen Suggs been out over a month now with his high ankle sprain, so huge news. And I didn't want to bring up Isaac on the grabs list because he's been out so long, he's going to be so rusty, and they have so many guys, that of that size, big men, that I don't know what he's going to do. It's impossible to predict. But
Is he already been picked up in our league?
No, he's available. He's available. He's the 2017 first-round pick and hasn't played since 2019. So actually, it was before the bubble.
And he was great in the bubble, right?
No, before the bubble. The season, 2019, the last year he played, he was actually starting to break out, and then he tore that ACL. So I really don't know what to expect, man. He might not be any good until after the All-Star break. But still, like a really deep league, you could grab him, like 16-team league, stash him now, put him on the IR.
Yeah.
But yeah, huge news there.
Very interesting.
Let's go into streamers and deep league.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Quentin Grimes. He's the young shooting guard for New York Knicks, and we know Tom Thibodeau loves to play his guys around 40 minutes if he's starting you. And right now, RJ Barrett is out, and they've been lacking depth. He's been getting the past 5 games over 36 minutes a night. One night he had 48 minutes in that game against Dallas. So, yeah, and in that time, over the last 7 days, averaging 30 fantasy points. And I think he's going to continue this week to get heavy minutes because RJ Barrett is out with that cut on his hand for at least a week. So that gives room for Quentin Grimes to have an increased usage over that time, and he gets these heavy minutes.
Yeah.
So I think you could stream him with confidence.
Yeah, I think so too. That seems like a really good move there.
He just wasn't consistent enough for me to put him on my top grabs list, but
yeah, same thing with with my guy. Yeah.
All right, who you got?
I got Herbert Jones, small forward on New Orleans. I think he's definitely a good stream right now. He's kind of a hot and cold type of guy, so if you want to pick somebody up for a game, check the matchups with him. He definitely, like, on his good nights, he's very good, but then he has very forgettable nights as well. So definitely a bit of a high risk, high reward guy. But like, let me give you an instance. Like, there'll be a night where he only scores like 9 fantasy points or 17 fantasy points, but then there'll be other nights where he's at like 25, 35, 28. So like, as a streamer, you'll take those type of numbers. So it's just playing the matchup and when, guessing when he's going to do good. He's been getting more minutes lately, so that's why I think he's kind of a better stream right now. But I think he's a guy that can get you decent points though, for sure, when he's like actually getting consistent time. So
yeah, when he's not been out over the past 3 weeks, he's been really doing well. I mean, increased average for sure. What is
So
last seven?
has he been injured, or has he just been like in the doghouse?
He only
Like what's been
missed.
going
He
on?
missed
I know he
3
had like a
games. So
COVID thing.
I assume that's with injury. But
He
last
had
7 days.
COVID.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that last seven includes.
Hmm.
At last 15 though, 29 fantasy points per game. So yeah, he's getting those
Yeah.
defensive stats up. Very good stream player. He was a stream last year too, especially in the second half. So
There was like a month. There was like a 2 or 3 week stretch where he was like a viable like hold too. Like he had a
yeah,
really like
well,
2-3 week hot streak. I remember last year.
that won't happen again because last year Zion was out all year,
Yeah,
and
that was
then
a part of it. Yep.
I think when Ingram missed some time is when or one of their main players missed some time, and that's before they had CJ McCollum as well.
Hmm. Yeah.
But yeah, he took advantage of a starting role for a little bit. But this year, just like a sixth man level kind of player, good guy off the bench.
Herbie Hancock Jones.
Oh my god! All right, well that'll do it for this week.
Yeah, there you have it, folks.
You don't want to plug it? You're the plug guy.
Yeah, that's right. I'm the plug guy. So yeah, there you have it, everyone. Hope we were able to help you with your fantasy basketball lineups for this upcoming week. The week that we're already in, actually. So go make these moves. Go take a look. See if you can get any of these guys. Definitely that Jalen Williams and Onyeka Okongwu. Go check on them, and just go give us a like and a follow on. Go give us a like and a subscribe on our YouTube channel, and then hit that notification bell so that you get notified when we drop new videos. And go follow us on our social media. We got Facebook, facebook.com/Garden of Sports Podcast. We have Instagram, instagram.com/Garden of Sports. And we have Twitter, twitter.com/GOSPod2021. And thank you all so much for continuing to listen, and we'll catch you back here next week with another fantasy basketball episode.
Yes, sir. Nice plugs, dude. Thanks, everyone.